In today's society, it's no longer a rarity to see a lot of our Black women holding down the family, keeping up with their health, and running a business. And they're not just trying to do it, they're actually succeeding at it. The question that I have is it really as easy as you all make it look? We're going to find out. To help me answer that question and shed some light on the topic, I invited Elena Ward as a special guest to the podcast. Let's get this word. Welcome to another episode of the Word to Be Heard podcast. I'm your host, Mario Johnson. And today, got a very special podcast for you guys. Got a real special guest, Elena Ward, who's not only, I think you can consider her, like, what can we call you, Elena? Like a mommypreneur? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, you can call me like a mommypreneur, you know, a mother who likes to like dip and dabble in stuff that she likes and is not
Mhm.
scared to do it.
Like always moving forward. Since I first met you, you always have an idea that basically transforms into a new idea that transforms into a new idea, and it just keeps going. Like it never stops. That's one thing I really admire about you, is that you're constantly, looking for the next thing to do. Like once you've already put something out, you're two steps ahead already.
Yeah.
So I've always admired that about you. And the fact that and I'm gonna talk a lot, so you gotta forgive me. You gotta tell me when to shut up. I tell everybody that, like, tell me when to shut up.
Fine.
But the fact that you're doing it on top of managing a household, two boys, not just one, two boys, active boys at that.
Yeah.
So the fact that you're doing that, on top of, I mean, you used to be an educator, you run your own spa, you're doing the pretty security, which I noticed you got,
Yeah.
where people, and
Yeah. We
I'll
got
let you
the
talk about that more. Where you basically, you knifing people. Like, what's going on?
listen, I'm just trying to make sure. I mean, of course, I want the fellas to be safe too, but my thing is, I want my ladies when they're out working out, when you're out, looking pretty after you didn't got pretty fit. I want you to make sure you're good. I want to make sure you're pretty protected when you're out and about. So I know I like to provide like cute little discreet, like, items that they can have while they're out, and stuff that just looks nice and cutesy, but also can help protect you, if, God forbid you have to actually use it. So
Yeah, and by protect you, she means kill you. Um,
I know, no. Listen, we just want to injure you so we can get away. So it's like,
I've
I don't want to
seen
kill
like
anybody. That's somebody's
I've
baby, but
seen
at the
some of the
same
stuff. Like
time,
you got was it a taser? One
yeah,
of
I
them,
have a taser one.
the pepper spray.
Yep, a pepper spray.
Yeah, and
It looks like a lipstick. It's like
that's the
a
one. Yeah,
lipstick, yep, container, and literally you just open it and you can just, and it squirts up to 15 feet too.
for real.
Yeah, so like if you're like, hey, stop, if someone trying to approach you, want to keep coming, it's like, oh, okay, so you're not gonna stop. You don't even have to wait for them to get up on you. You can just
Right.
go ahead at
Say
15 feet.
less. See,
Look.
when I look at things that spray, the raid. You know how when you got that hornet
Oh,
spray.
that's exactly how it does. Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. So
Okay.
ladies and fellas too, if you want to get your lady something to make sure when she's out, if she has a girls' night or she's not with you, listen, hit up my website. Like I said, it squirts 15 feet.
So, um, to get started to kick things off, I really want to talk about, kind of like the question I ask is, you guys, and by you guys I mean Black women,
Hmm.
make it look so easy. I know it's not easy. That was kind of just
Oh
like
no,
a
yeah,
a
exactly.
clickbaity question, but
Mhm.
the fact that you guys make it look so easy, and it's seamless, and you're still looking good when you're doing it. You don't look all stressed. You don't look like, oh my God, like you want to just go run somebody over, like have a Marge Simpson moment. So talk a little bit about that. Like, how do you manage juggling all those things?
Well, honestly, like you just have to kind of make sure you have to use good time management. Like I feel like honestly, every second, every moment of my day, I go ahead and kind of have it pre-planned out in my head. So like I know, okay, I'm dropping the kids off. Okay, I gotta go to work. But even while I'm at work, like if I have like any type of downtime with like in my breaks or if it's slow or it's something that's not interfering with my job and I'm able and they're like, oh, y'all can do what you need to do, it's like hey, why instead of me just sitting here chit chatting to everybody, doing, you know what I'm saying? Not that I
Mhm.
don't like to engage in conversation, obviously, but I'm always the type that I'm always, like you said, when you've met me, I'm always thinking. I'm always trying to think what I can do to utilize my time wisely. So, like I said, I get my kids from school. It's a small little window. Okay, before I have to get ready to take them to do sports and stuff. Hey, I can use this small little window to work out right quick. Get my little quick 30 minutes in before I take them to practice. Or even if I'm taking them to practice, okay, I'll sit in the car. My boys have practice for an hour and a half, or sometimes 2 hours. I might get out the car, work out for 30 minutes if I didn't get a chance to do it in the beginning time. Then the other 30 minutes, I'm sitting there on the bleachers, okay, recording, watching the game, but then I'm also sitting there on my phone looking at products, looking at marketing stuff, trying to figure out what I can make, for pamphlets, flyers, ideas. So I pretty much just kind of segment my time, and while I'm sitting there doing other things, as long as it's not interfering with what I'm trying to do at hand, so I can be focused in that, I'm constantly just, you know, like I said, making flyers, looking up stuff. Like I just utilize every single minute and ounce of my day while I'm up. And then I literally, like, at the end of the evening, I have to like shut myself down, because if not, I'll sit there and keep going like past 12 o'clock, past 1 o'clock. So some nights I just have to like give myself a bedtime and say, Elena, time to shut it down. Like log your brain off, log your computer off, log your, you know what I mean? So it's like, I just, that's how I kind of balance everything. I just have to like do good time management, set goals each week. As far as I'm very a visual person and tactical. So I'm a little bit of both. So I like to make a list. So like here on Sunday, I'm going to sit down, reflect, figure out what I need to get accomplished this week. What didn't I accomplish last week that I had on my list that I didn't finish? And can I finish it today on Sunday? Because even though I like to try to rest on Sunday, it doesn't really happen. I feel like for me, until I reach a point where I feel completely satisfied, I'm gonna always keep going, keep going, keep going. Like today, after we get off this podcast, guess what I'm about to do? Go work out right quick. Um, then I'm gonna take my boys outside to play. We're gonna go play, and then I'm gonna go to the spa and finish getting the spa ready. So that it'll be, I still gotta finish putting together some items, making sure we have an inventory together, for supplies that we need in order to run it, marketing materials. So that's pretty much what my day's gonna look like today. And then in between, I'm cook, then work out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and then I'm gonna try to rest, and I will try to shut my brain off like early. Usually on Sundays, I try to shut it off a little early.
Mhm.
So I just you just gotta make time for what you really want. Like if you want
Mhm.
it, you gotta sit down, set goals, jot it out, write it out. I'm very too like a vision board type person.
Mhm.
Like I really think those are very powerful tools as well. Like
Mhm.
I feel like if you can envision what you want and you can see it, and because I literally, when I had my fitness studio in Maryland,
Mhm.
I literally got a magazine of like fitness equipment, um, pictures off the internet I printed out, furniture I printed out on Amazon, Wayfair, all those places. And I literally put it down on, like, I got one of those little poster boards from like the
Oh
Dollar
yeah,
Tree.
yeah, the
Yeah.
cardboard things.
And
Yeah.
I literally like, okay, this is what I want my front room to look like. This is what I want this room. I went to Lowe's, got the little towel pieces. Like you have to envision this stuff. Like if you have goals and you have aspirations, and you want to own a business and you want
Mhm.
to do it, you just can't talk about it. And I do a lot of research too.
Yeah.
I look up stuff. So in my free time, like I said, when I'm at work, it's not interfering with anything. Hey, instead of me looking on the computer, sometime on Facebook or Instagram, which granted,
Right.
I'm sure people are like, girl, you on Facebook and Instagram all the time.
But see, the thing is though, you are, you're on Facebook and your Instagram, but you're not on there for entertainment purposes. You're
Exactly.
on there
I'm on
looking
there
for
for
the for
business.
news. Right,
Exactly.
right. Yeah.
Yes.
So
So
there's a
that's what
difference there.
exactly. And that's what I say. Like, I feel like I'm utilizing, it's a powerful tool. I feel like
Mhm.
social media, I feel like the internet, I feel like these podcasts. Um, I feel like we're afforded a lot of opportunities now, as opposed to back in the day. I feel like it's a lot easier now. I don't want to say easy, but I feel like if you really have a drive and you really
Mhm.
have the passion to really want to get yourself out of a situation or to make things better for yourself, and you want to start a business, that you have the tools, you have the resources available, I feel like, to you now through the internet, through YouTube,
Yeah.
through, through social media, through other people giving tutorials, podcasts such as yourself, like different tools and stuff that you can use now to help you to be able to get started a little bit, a little bit easier to get started. But at the end of the day, you still have to have that drive. Because, I mean, like you said, you make it look easy, but it's not easy. It's like some days I'm like, "Ugh, I would love just to sit on the couch and just watch a Lifetime movie and watch HGTV and all that."
Yeah. But if you did that, I think you go crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
That's
the
what
way
I'm
your
saying. For
mind is
me,
wired. Yeah.
as I said, my brain is always on go. I've
Yeah.
done that before. Like, I'll sit here and be like, like, I might could do it for like an hour, maybe two, and
Mhm.
like watch a TV show or watch a movie. I might can sit there for 2 hours and say, okay. But then after that, it's like, okay, Elena, what can you be utilizing your time for?
Yeah.
What can you be doing?
And
You
here's the
know?
thing. So, and let me know, this is how I am. Even when I'm watching movies, I'm pulling ideas from the movie.
Exactly.
I'm like,
That's why I'm like, anybody who like dates me or is my friend or whatever, trust me,
mhm.
I'm constantly, and even like, it's just like I'm always like, ooh. Even if I'm at a
Right.
restaurant eating, I'm like, ooh, I
Yeah.
like how they plated that. Ooh, that would look cute for, if I want to, plate my food, or ooh, that's a
Mhm.
good, healthy. How can I spend this as a healthy item, to let other people know about like fitness and wellness and nutrition stuff. Like you said, I'm always like constantly thinking of stuff, even when I'm
Yeah.
doing other stuff.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna unpack a lot because you just gave a whole lot. So I'm gonna circle back. When you were talking about
Mhm.
how your day goes, like a typical day for you, I was over here like, oh my God, how would I'm like, oh my God. Because to start, I mean, one, you not only do you go to bed late, but you're an early riser.
Mhm.
You get up and you got to get up. You got to start getting ready for getting the boys ready, but you got to kind of get the boys ready. You got to get
Yep,
yourself together before you even start
exactly.
working with the boys. And then, get the boys to school. Now you're at work, and I didn't mention this, but Elena's an educator. She's one of the ones making our kids great. So, you know,
Yes, I used to. I listen. By then, now I didn't switch jobs. But you know how I be.
mm,
I I was a PE coach at a charter school for
mm.
kindergarten through 8th grade, and that was an awesome experience. And then I was working at the hospital,
I
so
remember in the administration
yeah,
part, right? Yeah.
exactly. We have
Yeah.
administrative work at the hospital, so it's like I definitely, like you said, yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot. I was like, oh my God, oh my God. You know what? So that whole kids thing, I don't know if I want to do that no more.
And it's like I love, and the thing is, I'm still active. Like I love coaching. Like I help, I help coach with my son's,
Mhm.
football league if they need
That's the
volunteers.
funniest thing. I be looking at your videos and I'm like, wait, is she out here doing drills and stuff? Like, because I remember back, when you be at the park and you have the cones and everything set out. Like, she is legit doing drills. I was looking at your
Yeah,
video.
I'm playing.
I'm about to say, I think it was like, was it 2 or 3 days ago?
Yeah.
And you had Jay doing like, hey, doing a cone drill. I'm like, oh my God.
You know
Yeah.
what? Listen, because I just, I'm a certified personal trainer, and you have to keep up with the people that I've got my certification with. They make you take continuing education
Uh,
credits. Make sure
mhm.
you're, giving your clients the best type of information up to date. So, I was looking at certifications to take, and I seen they had a speed, agility, and quickness training, and I'm
Oh,
like,
really?
oh,
Yeah.
mom can take that. Because listen, that's what I was using when you seen them cones the other day on my Instagram. That video of me and my son, that was some of the drills that I had learned from my certification. I said, I'm gonna put these. So I figure for me, I want to like try to be the best mom I can be. I want to try to be, the best person I can be. So I always like to educate myself, and like you said, continue to grow, continue to learn. So I said, instead of me just getting some random certification of fitness or whatnot, I said, why don't I get something that I could utilize for my boys? So
Mhm.
then that way, instead of me having to pay somebody $200, $300 a week, which, granted, I'm happy to do that if I'm able to. But
Right.
right now, I'm trying to reinvest. If I do get that extra money back into my business, back into, you know, taking care of finances to make sure I'm setting myself up to be financially stable and independent as well. So it's like, you know, I'm like, hey, why don't I learn this myself too to add on to my, add on to my certifications.
And that's one thing, man. You are one of the most involved parents.
Oh, thank
Yeah,
you.
like honest to God, the amount of things like I'm watching you, doing your drills with your
Mhm.
sons. You got them in everything. When I say everything, I'm like, what isn't this woman gonna do? And I have to give her credit to a lot of black women because yourself included, I have a few other friends who are just as involved with their sons lives, in a sports arena as well as academics, teaching them everything,
Mhm.
so that's why I say the fact that you guys are holding down the household, you
Listen, because
know
I teach my boys how to cook. Like they know how to. Jalen knows how to scramble some eggs. My youngest,
mhm,
he knows how to get his little stuff together. I just feel like too. And then my little, my boys, I started them like a t-shirt company too. Like I just want
cool.
to kind of, yeah. Theirs is called J Swag, so it's like it stands for Strong, Wise, Athletic Goal Setters.
I like
So
that. I like
that's
that
what
a
J
lot.
Swag stands for because
uh,
Jalen and Jordan, and then that's like their J Swag. So it's like, so it's like and that's like right now I'm even teaching my boys like how to they can get the sports of course, and then that could be the vessel to help them get to college, get to school, get a trade. I'm just trying to teach them how to be able to be independent individuals as well, and to if they have a goal or aspirations that hey, you can take this route. Mommy went this route. I went the military. I went to college, went to the Air Force first, and did this and did that. But it's like if I'm trying to teach them there's quicker routes to get there. Because
mhm,
I wish, when I was younger, I'm grateful for the experiences that I had at going to FAMU, being in the military and the Air Force and everything. But, I always, getting my esthetician license, I'm like, if I knew that this was like the entrepreneur in me is what I wanted to do in the beginning,
mhm.
I would have like maybe took other routes. You know what I mean? Like I would have. I
Yeah,
wish I would have had that drive, which
yeah,
I've always had that drive, but I wish I would have really put it in the full throttle.
yeah, yeah,
Earlier. So
yeah.
that's why when I meet younger people now, I'm like, look, if you already know what you want to do, and hey, I want to own a salon. Hey, I want to own a barbershop. I want to own my own IT company. I want to do this. Go ahead and start setting yourself up now. Start researching IT programs. Start, when you're in high school, start researching, nurse, even want to be a nurse, doctor, start doing those things now and surrounding yourself around those people and those things so you can absorb all of that
Mhm.
information. And then honestly, too, so you can honestly decide, do you really even like that? You know?
Yeah, that's a great way to look at it. Because sometimes what sounds good isn't always good once you start really getting into the weeds of it.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Exactly. So I encourage, people, especially younger kids now, you're still young, you're younger. And for me,
mhm,
like I said, I had to navigate and do things. And then it's like I've always known that I've wanted to, be an entrepreneur, be an independent woman and have my own business and run my own stuff. But if I would have really understood that and understood like how powerful it could be and to do that from the beginning and have set myself up from jump with that and had
mhm,
that mindset all the way through, I definitely really could have been, what I mean, killing
yeah,
it and then
yeah,
further ahead. So that's why, just me as a mentor, I try to help, people who come approach me and ask me who are younger, hey Elena, this, that, and other. And I'm like, you know what? You're still 20 years old. You're still 19 years old. Go ahead and go for it now. You know what I
mhm.
mean? See if you like it.
Yeah, because you have the bandwidth to
Exactly.
go between different things. Try this out, try that out, try that out, and then by the
Exactly.
time you reach your 30s, you're already settled
You
in
can
to where
already
you're gonna
exactly,
go.
and
Yeah,
then you're already at that point. You're already a expert at your craft. Like you know what
and
I mean.
that
So
too.
you'll
Yeah.
already have 10 years in the game and everything like that. And that's like me with fitness. Like I've been doing it since I was younger, and
Mhm.
been having my thing. So for me, like fitness is my thing. Like I always try to go veer off to other things, but fitness beauty, nutrition. That's me. Like I love
Hmm.
all of those things. So that's why, people are like, oh my God, you're a trainer. Oh my God, you're an esthetician. Oh my God, you have this. But I wanted to make sure I was educated in all of those areas. I didn't want to, yes, have a love for something, but if you want to have a love for something too, make sure you're educated about it. So that way, when others come to you to ask you questions about your field, your expertise, you actually know what you're talking about.
That's huge because you get a lot of people who claim to be,
Mhm.
professionals or experts in that realm. But once you really start breaking it down and start asking some deeper questions, you find out that maybe they don't know as much as they
I don't
say they
know,
do.
exactly. And
Yeah.
it's like for me, I don't want to be just that, oh, she's pretty and she's in shape. Oh, I know she knows. Like, no, I wanted them to know I took the time to study. I took the
Mhm.
time to go through, esthetician school. I took the time to go through nutrition and, culinary school and, get the skill set so that when people do trust me, and want to come to me about, their fitness, their wellness, their beauty, their nutrition, they can know I'm not just trying to sell them a dream. Like, I'm gonna tell you what it is, like, and tell you give you the real on how you need to get there to accomplish your stuff instead of just, oh yeah, girl, just buy this. Like, so I feel like for me, when I put stuff out there for people,
Mhm.
like, no, please know that I've tried it, I've tasted it, I've liked it for real. Like, I'm not just, out here, selling people a dream.
Yeah, yeah. Now let's take this. That's a good segue. 'Cause let's take this opportunity for you to kind of plug a lot of the products and things that you're doing. Because like I noted, you got the Pretty Fit Fitness.
Mhm.
She's got the J Square marketing. Like you just talked about with the t-shirt company for your sons, which we'll
Mhm.
talk offline about that because
Yeah.
I have a lot. Remember, I had reached out to you and you had got me connected with Joe
Oh
over
yeah,
at for the my crypto scholars and things like that. So
exactly.
now, no offense to Joe, I started going through you guys
Oh,
to start producing my t-shirts and everything for my crypto scholars line. But anyway, don't let me take all the shine off you promoting all your
no.
things. Go ahead and talk about all your businesses. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, I have my fitness business, which is Pretty Fit Fitness, which I've had that since like 2014. And then I also have a skincare line that once I got my esthetician license called Be Pure Essentials, where I make like handmade body butters. I make oils, like skincare stuff, and those are the same products that I use on my clients when they come for their facials. So like I make like a honey, raw honey, turmeric, sugar scrub. Like, so I use stuff that's natural that, what I would put on my skin that I want to put on my client's skin.
Mhm.
So that's that product. And then I also have a perfume that goes with it. Like, it's called Your Queen. Y'all, that perfume right there, I'm about to drop that here soon. And I have it in a body mist, but I've came up with a formula to make it more concentrated, so it
Mhm.
really has that pop. So that's going to be coming out, and then me and my girl, we're opening up our spa, which it is open. It's like we didn't do our grand opening yet, but it's called me and my girl Mercedes. It's called the Me Spa, which stands for Mercedes and Elena.
Nice.
We kind of played on words and inserted ourselves, and it's in Temple Terrace, Florida. It's going to be like a nice little small, cute spa boutique for right now, but it's a very nice little intimate place you can come to relax, get a massage, get a facial, get a pedicure, a foot detox bath. We're going to offer you a nice ambiance as well as great customer service to give you a place to unwind, feel comfortable. Listen, you can have your own playlist when you come in there. So we want to cater to you. It's not going to be your cookie cutter commercial. Let me go get a facial or let me go get a wax. So we'll be offering waxing services to ladies and gentlemen as well. Um,
Waxing. You said the gentleman.
yes, I
Yeah.
got you.
Now, hold that thought. 'Cause I want you to continue on. But
Mhm.
what does a guy get waxed?
Listen, we live here in Florida, okay?
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
mean, some men like to have their chest hairs, and you can
So
have that.
you got dudes that's getting their chest hair snatched out.
Yes, some guys
Oh,
want to have.
mhm.
Listen, some guys are trying to have that little, nice little sleek look. Some
Oh
men,
my
you
god.
keep your taco meat and your curly cues. You can keep that too. You
I
know,
just use the clippers, but it's just like,
well,
oh
yeah,
my
I
god.
mean, you could use clippers, but if you don't want to have it come back all stubbly, and
Uh-huh.
some people are like prone to like getting hair bumps and stuff, come
Mhm.
check us out, fellas. Like, let's get you
Okay.
right for the beach this summer too.
Hey, so
We can just go ahead and hook you up with a little chest wax. It's not gonna hurt too bad.
I was just about to say, who you had any dudes that be crying up in there?
I mean, listen, when I was in esthetician school, I did because honestly, it can and it's not a super uncomfortable, but I mean, if you're new to it, it's gonna be a little uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie, but the results that you'll have, like you won't have to worry. Like you said, you gotta trim your hair. You don't have to trim it every week. Like you'll be able
Yeah.
to like let it ride for like 2 or 3 weeks and have a nice little smooth, little
Okay.
baby look when you go to the beach and everything and
Okay.
glisten. Put your little coconut oil and shea butter on, it'll be good.
Yeah. Because I'm gonna tell you a little secret. I got this my tattoo that goes
Oh,
across my motorcycle chain, and
yes.
when the tattoo artist was coming around this area right there, I
Uh-huh.
was jumping out the chair. I did
No,
not want to wait
I
no
know.
more.
But see, we're not gonna like like the needle or nothing. We're just literally is gonna that nice little smooth little, layer, and then we're just gonna rip it off, hold the skin tight, and then we'll
You
hook you
said,
up. You
fellas,
gotta
fellas.
come through. I'm for real. I got you.
I'll come through, but not for that. But I'll come through for like the pedicure or something like that. Yeah, that's the foot one, the
Yeah,
pedicure.
we're gonna be doing
Okay.
the foot detox bath with a pedicure.
Mhm.
My girl Jen, who she'll probably be coming through to help us with that, with her nail company. So it's like we're trying to also have a lot of. So if you're like a massage therapist, if you're also an esthetician too, like we're looking to really expand and really build our brand. So we're looking to help put new estheticians, massage therapists, people who are wanting to kind of work in an environment that it's more relaxed and it's very still professional as well, but you want to kind of build up your clientele because if you do have goals of having your own business, we want to help, help you get there. Like,
Right,
you know,
right.
so
Which is
we're going to
good.
be doing workshops and stuff too later to help
Okay.
other women like start their
Okay.
business and all that
Nice.
stuff too, like a blueprint kind of type workshop to help other women and men as well who
Mhm.
want to kind of do something similar to us, or even if we have to tweak it a little bit to help you out as well. So that's why you
Okay.
can reach out to me, like you said, for J Square Marketing. I've got my other degree in business administration and marketing, so I'm here.
Master's
Like,
degree,
reach
people.
out to me if you need help.
Master's degree, not just her BA, not just her bachelor's, her master's.
No, it's a bachelor. I got
You
two
got the
bachelors.
master's?
No,
I thought you did the
I got
master's.
no, I didn't. Listen, I don't like writing papers like that.
Oh yeah, that's like a ton of papers. I ain't gonna lie.
Like I said,
Yeah.
listen, I know my limits as a mommy. Like you said, I'm a mommy
Mhm.
entrepreneur, but all them papers I would have had to write with that. I said, you know what? Let's just go ahead and get the bachelor's. And
Mhm.
even though they've been writing me like, come back and get it.
It's
Listen,
like
so you might
no.
hear Mario. You might hear maybe in like when my kids get a little bit older and I gotta find something to do.
That'll
Watch,
be them.
I'm gonna write you and be like, look, I finally got my master's. Listen, I was chilling anyway, so I was like, I've done this. So now I still feel like I need to do something else. So look,
Mm,
I might just by then, when the kids got older, I
okay.
have more time. But that's like you said, managing my time and knowing my limits. I was like,
Yeah.
let me not push it too far.
Right.
So I commend the mommies out there, listen, who did go get their masters, but I'm just kind of working on other things too. And the other bachelors is fine with me for right now.
Yeah. Which is good. I mean,
Mhm.
like I said, oh my God. I just thinking about it, and I'm a guy, so of course I have the guy mentality of it, but just I'm running 4 companies now because
Very nice.
I got the IT company, I got the crypto scholars company, I got my investment company,
Mhm.
and the production studio. So I do a production studio also.
Oh, very nice. I
And
want to come through. I'm trying to make another little workout video.
okay, there we go. There we go. Get you set up real nice. Okay, which is why the podcasts are happening. I currently run about 4 podcasts. I do about 5 live streams.
Mhm.
We got a lot of stuff going on, but
I
that's
love
later on in life. This ain't about me right now. What I was saying was,
it.
well, the reason why I was bringing that up was that thinking about how my schedule is and how busy I am. When you add into the mix of like I said before, having a household, running a household, and not just kids. Because when you think kids, you think, oh yeah, it's not that bad. She got two boys, very athletic,
Oh yeah.
like, and very active boys.
Yes.
And it's like, man, come on. Come on.
And honestly, that's what I mean for moms in general. I would say too, if you are trying to work on your goals and work on yourself too, get your kids outside, get them
Mhm.
active, get them doing stuff. Like I feel like the more active your family is, and not to mention if you're trying to have a business as well, you're gonna be out, you're gonna be about, you're gonna be able to meet other parents, other women, other men, as far as like who you can network with and connect with. Like if your kids aren't involved in sports and doing, activity, not even if it's not just sports, because everybody's child is not into sports. So
Right,
I get
right.
it. So it's like even if your child does karate, ballet, like, some type of educational like club or something, I just would, encourage mothers like and fathers as well and families, just get your kids involved and stuff. So that way you all can network, you guys can get stronger, as a family, doing stuff together, building those experiences that your kids will remember as far as, not just went to play sports, but, get them sociable and stuff. And then, like I said, it helps you out too. So, like as far as me with my business, like, I'm out there working out, while my kids are at football practice,
Mhm.
other moms are seeing and like, oh, what do you do? That's like a segue for you to be able to me to introduce my businesses to them and let them know what I do and what I'm about. But if my kids weren't involved in anything and I was just coming home after work, I wouldn't have that exposure to be able to, network and talk to other people as well to let them
Mhm.
know. It would be, I feel like at that point, for some women, it might feel like more of a chore because now you got to go out and I have to try to find people to talk to.
Mhm.
Fine, but like it's like if you're already active and involved in your community and doing stuff just by casual conversation, you don't because I'm me by no means am I a saleswoman. Like I'm not that pressure. Like I'm more of like I tell you about what I do. If I
Mhm.
can help you out, let me know. You let me know at your own time. Because I sell life insurance as well now. I have a license.
Wait, you said like that? Oh my god.
So listen, I'm
Remember,
trying to listen.
you remember the In Living Color episode with the A mine? A mine, gotta go to work. Like you only got 5 jobs. What is wrong with you?
Listen, because my thing too, I wanted to help. Like I said, I'm like I said, I'm all about the whole wellness concept, the lifestyle. So it's fitness, nutrition, beauty. And I want to help people too with their mindset and of life coaching. And to me, helping me have people have stuff to help them have their families set up, especially for me as well as a single mom. Like God forbid, the reason why I wanted to sell it as well is because God forbid something was to happen to me. Um, I don't want to leave my family with a burden as far as, yes, they're going to be sad. I'm going to be passing, but I would, if I do, God forbid that ever happens, I want my kids to be able to have something, have a legacy, have like, okay, mommy worked hard and she thought about us and left us this. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's like, I don't want, people to have to do a GoFundMe for me to help take care of my funeral expenses. I don't want anybody to have to take care of any financial obligations. Like it's already going to be hard enough. I feel like, for my friends and family, God forbid when that time comes. So I feel like that's like a security, I call it love insurance. I feel like it's
okay.
like, yes, it's life insurance. And, while we're young now, we feel like, oh, I don't need it. I
That's
don't
true.
have to worry
Yeah,
about it.
yeah.
But it's like, when you're, the problem is with life insurance as you get older, the expenses go up. Like they're gonna charge you more for it. Like your premium's gonna go up. God forbid you'll have more ailments. So your premium's gonna go up. So I try to encourage single moms, single fathers, families, entrepreneurs. You should have some type of life insurance or funeral expenses in place, God forbid, because if you're your family's sole provider,
Yeah.
God forbid, what's going to happen? Then what? You
Yep.
know,
And now everybody's in a really bad situation.
situation
Yeah.
already dealing with a difficult situation as
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
On top of that, it's like,
Mhm.
so for me, that's why I got into the business of wanting to do this and help,
Okay.
people like myself, single moms, single dads, families,
Mhm.
entrepreneurs, because that's stuff that you have to think about, unfortunately. And like I said, why not be prepared? Like,
Right. It's better to be prepared because a lot of people don't want to have that conversation because they don't, and I can understand it to a certain
Yeah,
degree. You don't want to think about that happening. But
exactly.
like they said, there's what, two things is guaranteed in life: taxes and death.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to be prepared because we all want to live to be into, very old age. I want to be into my late 90s, but
Listen,
we
I'm
don't have a choice.
But exactly, and then the thing
Yeah.
is, like you said, for me, I got, that's why I got into it because, like you said, and then as entrepreneurs, we're so busy, you know, trying to work on building our businesses and stuff too.
Mhm.
But it's like, God forbid, like I said, that you're doing all those things to help get your family ahead and build a legacy, and then something happens to you, and then what? So
Right.
that's why I encourage to all my entrepreneurs out there, especially if you live in Florida. I have to get my license in the other states. I'm working on that,
Mhm.
but in a few other states. So if you're here in Florida, let me know. Let's talk, have a conversation. I can literally get you a plan for under, like, I'll say between like 25, $30 a month and get you something.
Okay, that's what's
It's
up.
cheapest.
See, I got I got two plans right now,
Okay.
and one of them is like, I think it's like 26, $27 a month. The other one's like 40 some dollars a month. Now here's the part that gets
Mhm.
me.
Yes.
So the 40 some dollar a month plan, a friend of mine, he got into the whole life insurance thing, and he made a post about it. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna support my bro because that's how you support
Exactly.
people. And he sold me the worst plan ever.
Oh, that's what I was about to say. And for me,
Yeah.
like you said, you have to, when you guys are looking for it, that's why I said come to me. I'm gonna
Mhm.
make sure you guys get a good plan. Because that's, like you said, some like, and I feel like that's the problem too as well in our community, to be honest. And just speaking in our, our black community as well, I feel like that is like a stigma, like, oh, I don't want to get it. I don't
Yeah.
want to have life insurance. And like you said, it's not the conversation, but in other cultures, they have life
Oh,
insurance.
they set it up from the
They,
beginning.
they got
Yeah.
it lined up for the beginning because
Yeah.
honestly, if you wonder how a lot of other families and cultures have generational wealth,
Yep.
that
They
is
they
one of the
position
reasons
it. Yeah.
how is because, God forbid, when one of their family members pass, they've thought about, oh, they've already had life insurance from day one since they were like 25, 30 years old.
Yeah.
And then, God forbid, something happens, like you said, they have a few different policies. That money's going to their kids.
Yep.
Then their kids doing the same thing. They're just repeating the
Right.
same cycle over and over again. So it's like, I feel like too, I wanted to get into this profession as well because I wanted to educate, you know, our culture as well, to say, hey, let's stop, having, GoFundMe's for this and GoFundMe's for that when we can just go ahead and set our family up from jump so our kids can start, oh yeah, my mom had a policy. Let me go ahead and get one. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, my dad had a policy. Yeah, I'll go ahead and get one. But like you said, you have to get with the right person who's going to take care of you because it's easy for them, oh yeah, I'm gonna sell you this policy, $40, and then you don't ever hear from them. You don't even know what you signed up for.
Right.
You don't even know what your benefits are. You don't even know where
Mhm.
to locate your certificate if you needed it. So for me, I'm not gonna do you like that. Like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna make sure you get your life insurance with me. Like I said, I'll hook you up with a good policy that fits your needs. Because like you said, there is so many different things out there, and you just can't. There's not a cookie cutter option just for
Right.
everybody,
Right.
because
Right.
you have to look at so many different things. What's your income? What are you trying to accomplish with this policy? Are you trying to just have it be enough to, cover your funeral expenses? Are you trying to have it be enough to cover funeral expenses plus a mortgage? So it's like there's a bunch of different plans out there that, instead of you just getting one little cookie cutter one that, oh yeah, my friend, whoever got
Recommended
this,
it. Yeah.
yeah, they
Yeah.
recommended, but that might not be the plan that's for you. That might not
Mhm.
be the one that you need. You need a one, okay, you have a mortgage. Okay, you need something to cover your mortgage. If something was happening to you. Okay, you have two kids. Okay, you need to have the rider. You need to have this plan.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like, that's why I'm like, just, if any of the listeners, if you guys are interested, you live here in Florida, reach out to me. Let's set up a meeting, a Zoom call, something, and let's discuss some of your options.
See, we just turned it. That's
We
how that's
took
how
it
it
to a
works.
whole life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, that's a whole spectrum.
That's how that works. That's why I like to have the organic conversations because, it just flows. It just
Mhm,
flows. There's no time restrictions,
mhm,
anything like that. It just flows. Whatever come to mind, we talk about. But this also, and I wanted to point this out, it
mhm.
talks more again about how I want to say diversified you are. You don't get pigeonholed. You're not in a particular category to stay there.
Yeah,
We talked about in the beginning, you're always looking for opportunities, always looking for those. And what it boils down to is what a lot of people talk about, but don't really know how to implement is having those multiple streams of income.
exactly. And I feel like that's like I feel like some people, like you said, look at that as like a negative thing, or they think you're so. I feel like some people who don't understand
Mhm.
entrepreneurs and have friends who are entrepreneurs or business minded people, they
Yeah.
might look at you sometimes and think that you're scattered brain, or
Right.
you know what I
Right.
mean? I've
Yeah.
heard stuff like that before, like, "Oh, Lena, you're so." To them, to people who don't understand it, you might
Mhm.
seem like you're everywhere, like
Yeah.
you're
You're all
not
over the place.
focused. Yeah, like
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
all over the place. But I kid you not, people who get it and you understand it, or if that's something that is do you feel like you're that black sheep friend or that person that everybody's like, oh my God, like, no, like I said, keep being you, keep putting those ideas that you have into action, because
Mhm.
everybody you see who's successful, they're gonna have failures. You're gonna have stuff that worked, that didn't work, or like you said, I don't pigeonhole myself in something. If I see that, okay, this idea that I thought was, ooh, this was it. If it's not working, it's not going anywhere, and I've put enough energy and time, I feel like, into it, it's time to switch it up
Yep.
and figure out something else, figure out
Mhm.
another game plan. So that's what I encourage. Not to say to give up on something so easily as well, but
Mhm.
when you've given something the best you've given it and you still aren't getting anywhere, it's like, okay, maybe I need to refocus,
Right.
redirect
Right.
my attention to something else that and then like you said, I feel like too, when it comes to entrepreneur and businesses, don't pick something that you don't like and you're not
Yeah.
passionate about
I
just
about to
because.
say, don't just jump on the fad.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
jump on a bandwagon just because you see this girl, oh, she's into fitness and she's making money, or oh, he's a
Mhm.
rapper, or he's a this, or he's that. Your skill set and your passion is not the same as theirs, maybe. So your drive to want to continue to do that thing they're doing it's not going to be there.
Mhm.
So I just encourage people to pick something that you like, that you're like, sit down and really have a conversation with yourself and write down and say, what do I like? If you feel like you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to have another stream of income, just sit down to yourself and think, what do I like to do? What do I enjoy doing that won't feel like work?
Mhm.
You know. So, and for me, fitness doesn't really feel like work. Beauty stuff doesn't. Esthetician doesn't feel like work.
Right. Right.
I could stand up and give facials all day long and not care and feel like be like, skincare, let's do it. So it's
Mhm.
like, but to somebody else, ooh, girl, you got to stand up for how many hours you gonna have to stand up, or
And
what?
see, and that's because all they're focused on is you're standing up. They're not focused
Exactly.
on the fact that you're doing something that you absolutely love to do, you enjoy doing it. I tell people, I'm gonna say two things. I'm gonna try to remember my thought because the segue is real. I'll go down a rabbit hole and forget to come back. But um, to me, that's the true definition of diversification. you
Mm-hmm.
know Being diversified doesn't mean that you're putting interest, you're putting effort, you're putting things into the same thing, just different areas of that same thing. Being
Mm-hmm.
diversified means that you're looking at different industries, you're looking at different
Mm-hmm.
opportunities across the board. That's
Or yeah.
diversification for me. Yeah. And then I was going to say also too, when you're doing something that you love, it's always been, and I've studied a lot of what we consider successful in
Yep.
business people, um, who say when you do what you love and not focus on the money aspect of it, it all comes together.
Yep.
You know,
Exactly.
and one more thing is when you talked about being financially stable, when
Mm-hmm.
you're in a place of financial stability, and that doesn't necessarily mean you need $1 million in your account. That
Exactly.
means being
Like you
able to
said.
budget properly. When you're in
Exactly.
that place, and your mind is no longer focused on bills, your mind is no longer focused on where your next dollar is going to come from. Now you become even more creative. That's when you
Exactly.
become an Elena, to where you can, run a skincare line, you can run a spa, you can manage the boys, you can be an awesome mom, you can be now an insurance salesperson, you know. You can do all these things because your mind, your attention is no longer on where am I going to get my next dollar from. Your attention
Exactly.
is more creative.
Yeah.
You can be as creative as humanly possible, and that's where you can dabble into all these different areas and still have the resources, the time
Mhm.
to put forth the effort necessary to be successful in these different areas.
Exactly.
Because you don't have to worry about it. It all rolls back to um, one, being structured, which the military would help you with that.
Oh
It definitely gives you structure. And two, um, time management, which goes on to the structure, but
yeah.
having that financial stability so that you
Yeah.
can do these things.
And no, and that's what I agree. Like I feel like because for me, a lot of times, like, oh my gosh, when I've gotten money for my birthday or I've gotten extra money, I would have loved to like, oh yeah, let me go out and buy this purse or whatever. But for me, I feel like I'm not gonna invest my money in those things just yet until
Yeah.
I feel like I said, I want to be financially stable across the board. I want, my credit score is priority. My,
Hmm.
me, like you said, paying bills down, that type of thing. Those things are priorities to me. Like I can go get me a cute outfit from Target, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
And jazz it up. Like I feel like too when you're an entrepreneur, you have to make sacrifices. And you'll hear that from a lot of them as well. Like, oh girl, like you might see some of them, like you said, now that you see successful, have the Louis, the Gucci, the designer, the this and that. And some people were fortunate enough that they're able to go ahead and have that while they're trying to go through this journey as an entrepreneur. But some of us, speaking for myself, I don't have that luxury. I've had
Hmm.
to, okay, instead of getting a purse or a new pair of shoes, guess what? I'm gonna use that money to buy my LLC. I'm gonna use that money to get my supplies I need. I need to get my new inventory for Pretty Protected. I need to get my life insurance license paid for. I have to pay for my monthly dues for that.
Hmm.
That's my mindset. So I feel like it too. If you're an entrepreneur, you're gonna have to make sacrifices as well. You have
Yeah.
to make time management sacrifices, time sacrifices, as well as like your social time,
Yeah.
your personal time. Like you're gonna have to, so that's why too, like it's so important, I feel like too, in this stage of my life too, like if I choose to spend my time or do stuff with people in my life at this point, it's like please know that you know my time is valuable. Like, and if I have given, it's like if I give you my time, please
Hmm.
don't take it for granted, because it's like if you're, with somebody like me and other entrepreneurs, when our minds are constantly going and thinking we could be doing other things, it's like please know that that time is precious. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Honestly, like how they say, time is money. Like I could have been thinking of, doing something to, productive. So that's what I say too. Be when you're an entrepreneur too, you're gonna have to be choosy with your time too. Like if you really want to get somewhere in your time management, don't waste your time doing things that aren't serving you anymore.
Yeah.
Like energy and going to clubs and going to stuff that's not, like I said, don't, I'm not saying don't go out, don't go do fun stuff, because I do that. I like to, I went to Tampa Improv last night, had a good time with some
I saw
friends.
that. I was just about to say, I saw you
Yeah,
guys were at the improv. Who was it? Bill Bellamy was there
yeah,
last night?
Bill Bellamy was
Okay.
there. Yeah,
Okay.
he was funny. It was a good time. So it's
Hmm.
like, take that time to de-stress too. I'll also mention that too. Like, especially as a mom too, take care of yourself still. Work out, go get your nails done, get your hair done. Those are my things. Like, listen, those are like a bill to me. Listen, I gotta make sure my nails is done, I have my toes done, like lashes done, like, that might not be everybody's thing, but for me, like whatever that is, to take that time to do your thing, to make sure you still are taking care of you at the same time too.
Yeah. For me, I think everything that you just said kind of boils down into understanding the difference between assets and liabilities. You
Mm,
know, when you understand in the simplest definition, an asset puts money in your pocket, a liability takes money out of your pocket.
yeah.
So, a quote that I love and I always remind myself over and over again is that you were smart enough to earn the money. Now be even smarter on how you spend it.
I like that.
Yeah, I love that quote.
Yeah.
Um, but when since the whole Corona situation, the whole lockdown situation, before then, I was already studying financial literacy and things like that, studying how to properly invest. And it got to the point to where now every extra dollar that I get, every extra dollar is invested.
Yeah.
You're like, if it ain't turning me a profit,
Exactly. And that's
yeah,
how my mind is too.
yeah,
I'm like, ooh,
it
let
needs to
me
be
try.
making me, because when they talk about making your money work for you, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people don't understand what that means. You know, when I wake up and I check my investment portfolio and
Mm-hmm.
I see that, my range of investments have actually turned a profit, that's my money working for me. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, you go out
Yeah.
there and hit the stroll for daddy, hit them
You were
streets.
got it in your sleep, basically.
Right. You wake up and you see things. That's, being smart with your money. The people who, and you're talking about the people who are able to get the name brands and things like that. I don't care about that. One
Mm-hmm.
thing that someone taught me is that why are you so concerned with wearing somebody else's name? That's something
Mm-hmm.
I respect about you is that you're putting your name on your things. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I don't care about wearing anybody else's name.
Yeah.
That doesn't make me a better
Exactly. It
person.
doesn't make me
Yeah,
who I am. And I feel like
right.
that's
You're
important too.
making that
Like,
person richer.
yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
said. You could be like I said, if you're trying to especially like I said, if you're in the growth stage of trying to
Hmm.
build your brand and try to build yourself,
Hmm.
I'm not like you said, I'm not putting on, for everybody like, oh my God, no.
Yeah.
Until I've got everything covered and I don't have no credit card debt, no,
Right.
my businesses
Right.
I want them to be and everything's financially, like you said, A1.
Hmm.
I'm not concerned about all that stuff right now. Like
Yeah.
when I get there, then all the way where I want to be, then
Mhm.
okay, I might buy myself a little purse or something here and there.
Maybe,
But
just to
yeah,
make it, but
that's
see,
good.
that's the difference between, and it was a while ago, and I was looking at this, a black financial advisor who helps, people set up financial plans and things like that. And she was saying that she, through her business, learned real quick the difference between people who look rich and people who are rich. You
Mm-hmm.
know, the people who look rich, 9 times out of 10, they're broke. They
Mm-hmm.
have nothing but liabilities when they don't even know how to do what a balance sheet is, you know.
Yeah.
And when she looks at all their finances, they have to make money because they have to maintain their lifestyle, you know. But
Mm-hmm.
she said the people who just look normal, the regular everyday people, a lot of them who comes into her office, those are the ones who actually have,
Yeah.
millions of dollars sitting in their bank account because they're smart
Okay.
with it. They're just not out, and I told you I go down a rabbit hole. I'm all over the place. But I'll say that when you've earned your money,
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot harder for you to spend it.
Yeah.
It's a lot
Exactly.
hard. You get
Oh yeah.
very
I
stingy.
could be. Ooh.
Yeah,
Really.
yeah, exactly. Because
I
you know
really.
what it took for you to get there.
Exactly.
Like I remember when I first, and I teach this a lot to my crypto scholars, the people who are on those classes. I
Mm-hmm.
tell them, I said, I remember when I started my portfolio at $500.
Mm-hmm.
And to have it grown to where it is now. And I
Mm-hmm.
look at that like,
Amazing.
oh my gosh, dude, I was so excited when it first hit $10,000. I was like, oh, this is awesome,
Oh, look, I'm.
and then that went to 50, and then that went to 100. I remember when I sent my mom a text
Mhm.
said, I just made $100,000 in my
Wow.
portfolio. I'm gonna send you $10,000.
Mm.
That felt so good,
Yeah,
to
I
say,
know.
like, and then today, you know, people look at like I'll share a portfolio with some of the people who asked just to kind of give an example
Yeah,
of don't focus on the million, focus on the one,
yeah,
because it takes one to get to a million. I say it all the time, but
exactly.
um people look at, well, I'll never get to your level. Well, when do you think I started?
Yeah,
I didn't start right there, you
and
know.
that, like you said, I think that's so important. That I think
Yeah,
people see, like you said, they see the end product. They see
right.
when
Well,
people
that's what
have
they want. They want
yeah,
that. They don't understand what it takes to get there. They're thinking that, you know, I'm gonna start this business and tomorrow I'm gonna be a multimillionaire.
no,
No,
mm-mm.
no,
Or I'm gonna start this business. I'm gonna have all these customers tomorrow. No,
no.
like even like with me and Mercedes, like
Mhm.
we're gonna have to get out here and hustle to get our clients, get our
Yep.
customers. We don't have this isn't a franchise. Like it's
Right.
not like
Right.
we're a massage envy or hand and stone where it's like,
Right.
oh, here you go. You already got the name brand. People know you. People
Hmm.
know who you are, what you do. luckily me and her have built our own brand separately, so that way we're coming together. So people,
Yeah.
know us separately as a brand. So us coming together, people, we hope that our followers, our people who respect our other
Mhm.
brands, will also know that we've taken as much care to put this brand together to come
Yeah.
together. So um, you know, you just have to, we have to trust the process. And like I said, we're gonna be out here, like y'all might see me around Florida and Tampa, Brandon. Hey, we
There we
stop.
go. I was
You know,
just about to say with
like
the
I might have to put in the work, and
yeah, I'm
that's
about to say now, the fact that, and this is where your diversity plays a huge role in that you know how to market. You own a marketing company,
yeah.
you know. So but a lot of people just, like you said, they see the end result.
Hmm.
They don't understand that it's a real process.
Yeah.
It's a true process. You're going to have to do a lot of work, and most people, they have that microwave mentality. They want to put it in there, put it on a minute 30 and let it go. Yeah.
Because like you said, sometimes it might not happen. You're gonna have to keep, I mean, even just like for me, I keep every year just going and going and going and going,
Hmm.
because I feel like eventually I'm gonna have that huge big break here, and I'm gonna be excited for it when it
Yeah.
finally gets to where I want it to be, like you said, where I feel comfortable, where I feel relaxed, or maybe I will let my brain relax a little bit. But until
You're
I
not.
feel like I'm not. And even then, I'm probably still not. I'm still be like, ooh, okay, well, what do I need to do now?
Right. What's
So,
next? Yeah.
what's
It'll always
next?
be a what's next. Yeah.
Exactly. And I feel like that's important. You always, as an individual, should always keep growing, keep
Hmm.
learning, and if you do have a business, always keep seeing, how can I make my business better? What can I
Hmm.
put back into it to make it better? What can I learn to make my craft, become stronger? So it's like it's just always going to be a long learning process, especially if you are an entrepreneur and you're a person that wants to be successful and wants to continue to grow. You're going to
Hmm.
have to put that work in, research wise, your money, your time, as far as educating yourself. And I mean, even if you're just starting off right now, like I said, there's so many free resources as far as the internet and other, YouTube and online videos, and all sorts of learning platforms now that you can go to help you out, that are accredited as well too, that you can, get that information to hound in on your craft that you want to do.
Yeah. Man, dropping all these gems, man. We're gonna have to start charging people for all this right here. But look, let people know how to get in contact with you if they want to reach out to you for, for the skin line, for the protection. You can stab them on, stab. For the t-shirt side, like anybody wants to reach out to you for any of the opportunities, or just for mentorship, or for
Yeah, like I said,
intelligence.
I'm here if people, like you said, if you just want to chit chat with me,
Mhm.
mentor, like I do, like I said, I do free consultations, and after that, you're gonna have to, mama gotta eat too, and my kids. But we can do a free consultation to start. And but yes, you can reach out to me. My Instagram is for pretty much, you can link in or tap into everything from my Instagram page, and it has a link. Just hit that link. But it's Team Pretty Fit, just like it's spelled, nothing fancy or funky with it. Just Team Pretty Fit. And then my website, that you can check out my self defense stuff, is on Lena, Lena, and then my name, Michele, MichelleAthletics.com. That's where I put everything right now. And then you also, like I said, you can contact me through Instagram, and then my phone number and all that stuff is on there on the tab. So if you guys want to reach out to me, like I said, talk about life insurance. I have also my life insurance page is Get Your Life with Elena, and that has my website. You like that?
That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope.
So that's my life insurance page, is Get Your Life with Elena. So it's just telling you, let's get your life, let's get your life insurance.
Mm.
So
I'm
but
talking.
yeah.
Don't forget about the marketing. Let's do the push the
Oh
marketing
yeah,
page.
my
Yeah.
marketing is J Square Marketing. So if you need some help with that, and listen, I do wedding planning too. So you need help with events and all that, I do that too. I just did a wedding back in October. So um, I'm definitely, like I said, I'm a very creative person, and I don't try to dummy down my creativeness for anything or anyone. So And I'm good at all these different things. So that's why like I said, I'm here to help. I'm not, I'm very humble individual, so I don't mind helping you. I don't mind, if I have the time, I don't mind sharing with you what I know to help you get to where you need to get to as well.
The woman be working, y'all. She be working. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on. I hope everybody who's watching takes advantage of all this information, dropping gems. Definitely reach out to Elena for pretty much everything.
I know. Listen, that's why
Yeah, even
it
even
too. It's
food,
like,
like she does meal plans. Like
yeah, I do
it's
meal
crazy.
plans. Like I said,
Yeah,
I can hook you up.
like,
I sell
like
Herbalife nutrition. Like I got you. Like to go along
oh
with
my
my
God. You know
nutrition.
what?
So I have a Herbalife nutrition as well. So you can click on my link to get.
You
We got
start,
it
you start,
all.
you start building websites and doing cloud migrations. We're gonna fight.
Listen, that is your lane. Listen, all I do is design. Like I can help you with the design, but if you want the back stuff, that's Mario. I'm gonna right to him. Me, I help you make it look pretty, but
Nice.
I don't like I don't know all the little behind the scenes like that like he does. I'm the pretty part. I'll make it look nice and let's
Right.
help you
Pretty
with your
everything.
flyers.
Pretty
Yeah.
everything. Pretty
Exactly. Listen,
everything.
I'll help you with your flyer design, your business cards. So if you need that, and like I said, my Be Pure Essentials, I do private labels. So even if you don't want to take the time to find the research, because I've been helping other ladies who want to start their own skincare line, and my stuff works. I already know that people like it. It smells good. We can private label your own brand. Like I'm helping girls do that right now too. So I've helped a few ladies
Nice.
that literally I'm giving you my formula of my product and I'm like, here you go. And nobody
Nice.
even has to know that you got it from me. That's proprietary information. I don't share
Mhm.
it, that you purchased it from me. So I could see it on Instagram today, like it. Ooh, nobody will even
Yeah,
know.
you go like it too. Like, hey,
Yep,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
nobody even know that you bought it from me. So like I said, if you need help starting a business, anything, let me know and I'll help you get started.
There it is. Well, y'all done heard it. As promised, this was a word to be heard. So I want to thank everybody for coming out again. Thank you so much, Elena, for being on, dropping these gems. People, please reach out to her. She's going to help you. She would definitely bring some much needed information, much needed knowledge into everything that you're looking to do: fitness, health, family, business. Don't hesitate. Hit the girl up because the woman is amazing.
Follow me on Team Pretty Fit, and then like I said, I'm very consistent. I've always stayed true to what I'm doing in
Mhm.
my platform. So reach out to me.
All right. Well, you enjoy the rest of your Sunday, Miss Ward, and thanks everybody else for joining. Have a good one.
All right, you
All
too.
right, we out
Bye,
of here.
everybody.